Hey everybody, my name is Mort, and in this video I want to talk about the inferior wall known as an art block. It's a very different feeling depending on who you ask, but I'm going to talk a bit about some of my methods and techniques I use to overcome art blocks, or if I just don't know what to draw. So like I said, art blocks are very different depending on who you ask, and you know, for some it can be fatigue, it can be inspiration problems, it can be no motivation, you can be in a bad environment, you can be having a bad day. There's so many reasons what can cause an art block. So an art block is not just one thing, it's more of a term that says, hey, I have a really hard time getting anything done right now. At least that's how I interpret it. Again, like I said, it's very different depending who you ask, but if we narrow it down and take all the things I've heard online anyway, that's kind of like how I see it. So let's talk about different ways you can conquer your art block, or some of my methods anyway. One of my favorite methods to doing is what I call random plops. I don't know if it's called anything else. It's just something I discovered by accident. Alright, so what it basically is, it's kind of like looking up to the sky and looking at the clouds, because when you see a cloud, it's not really supposed to be anything, but sometimes you can make something out of the clouds. So what I like to do is just make a random shape and see what I can turn this shape into. And you don't always have to make something that makes sense. You can just kind of do something random with it. Right now I'm just kind of smoothing the shape out a little bit and giving it some sort of structure, and now it's just like, what can I make this into? Well, it kind of looks like a cute little plane to me. And there you go, that was what I could turn this random little shape into. And you know, you can try simple things, you don't have to finish them. Just make a bunch of random shapes on a big canvas and then try and turn it into something. It's really fun, I have a good time with it every time, and I almost forgot to make this tutorial because I got so sucked into making this. But that is one of my techniques for if I don't know what to draw, if I feel kind of like, you know, inspirational fatigue. One thing that I sometimes experience is that I want to do a really cool character. I want to do this really cool tile set or something that's a little more complex, but I'm just drained of creative energy, so it's really hard for me to do something that's complex. So what I like to do in those cases is going back and doing something very simple. For example, recently I've been trying to learn 3D, and I jumped straight into making a character because that was the first cool thing my mind could come up with. But I just failed and failed and failed and tried really hard, and I got bumped down. It got really difficult for me to do something. Then I went back and did something simple for a little while, and then when I tried to approach the more complex thing again, it was like my strength had slowly built up over the duration of making something simple. So after that, it was a lot easier to overtake something that was way more complex. So if you feel like what you want to do is too difficult, try and take a few steps back and do something that's a little more simple, a little more small and not as complex. And when I mean small, you don't have to draw a tiny picture. It just have to be like a small, simple thing. Like, for example, here we have an apple, we have a scroll, a piece of cheese, and a piece of a chicken. Something extremely simple. So to narrow it down, if I'm hitting one of those art blocks where I feel like everything is just too hard for me, I try to go back and do something simple. Alright, the next one is random generator. You know what, there's so many random generators online. One of them that I'd really like to do is like an adjective plus a noun generator. Basically it comes up with a random combination of an adjective and a noun, and then you have to try and draw that thing. It's something I used to do a lot when I did more digital drawing rather than pixel art. Here is an example of some of the random generations I got, like robot sausage, president sticky tape, pillow turtle, business pigeon, ham scaff, butter whale, mad sock, octopus candle, skull acorn, Frankenstein fish. So it's really fun, and you can just search on Google for, you know, random generator or something like that. I'll leave a link to this one down below. So yeah, check that out if you want to find some random things to draw if you don't know what to draw. This one hasn't necessarily been so good for me if I had an art block, but this has been more when I really didn't know what to draw. Alright, next I want to talk about doing a lot of unfinished work. And you might believe now I'm going to say you should finish up your work, but actually I'm going to say the exact opposite, and I'm going to say don't finish up a lot of your art. It's okay to have a lot of unfinished artwork because you learn most from the sketching state of making something. And one thing one of my friends told me when she went visiting an art school is that they really prompt you to do a lot of sketching and then just move on without spending too much time on line art or refining it. So yeah, try and do a lot of unfinished work. Try and sketch a lot. It doesn't mean you have to not make it pretty. You can still make a sketch fairly pretty, but don't spend the entire day on outlining just one piece of picture. Try and just get a lot of unfinished work done, and then you can see, oh, I actually really like a few of these, and then take those few and then finish those up instead of finishing up one that you may not have liked. Basically, do a lot of sketching. So the next thing I want to talk about is avoiding distractions and find your way to the zone. You may have heard the term tapping into the zone when you do something creative, and basically whenever I do something creative and sometimes I feel like I can't really get my mojo on, I can't really get the stuff done that I want to do, it's often because I'm too distracted by things around me. It can be people are walking around me, it can be social media, it can be my phone. I usually always have my phone on silence and I make sure I have no social media window tab open. Tapping into the zone and figuring out what makes you go into the zone can really help. So one thing that really helps me get my creative mojo on is putting on some music that really touches my feeling. It can be either, happy feeling, sad feeling, angry feeling, something that get my emotion rolling. I really noticed that emotion is one of my main drives for doing something creative. I mean, I can still do it without having any major emotional feelings going on, and music really does that very well for me. And like I said, try not to have any distractions around you. Keep it in mind the days you're having a hard time, because sometimes you may just have forgotten to put on the music that you like, or you may have forgotten to put the podcast on that you like, or do something that usually really helps your creative flow. And here is the last thing I want to talk about, and this even happened to me today. I had a really hard time recording this video earlier today, and I was getting a little bit frustrated and a little bit irritated. So what I basically did was I just stopped. I went away from my computer, I took a shower, sat in the sofa and just watched a YouTube video for about like 15 minutes, and that really helped me out to get like a fresh energy and perspective of things when I came back to the computer. But you might say to me, hey Mort, but I'm doing this for a living, or I'm doing this at work or something like that, so I can't just take a shower and watch YouTube videos for 15 minutes. And I totally hear you, because I've been there too. But what I would usually do is go out to get a cup of coffee, or if someone went out to smoke, I would go out and talk with them. Or we all have to go to the toilet once in a while, so sometimes I would just go out there, take my phone with me and sit there for like 5 minutes pretending I was pooping. But it helped me. And then when I got back, I felt a little more refreshed and I had a fresh perspective on things. So what I'm really saying is, if you're struggling with something in front of you and you get irritated and frustrated about it, go away from it. Take a break, go for a walk, do whatever you can do that takes your mind off it for a few minutes. Because the more frustrated you get, the more difficult things get. And the more difficult things get, the more frustrated you're going to get. So it's just going to be worse and worse. And getting away and coming back, it just gives you a fresh perspective and fresh energy. And you're ready to tackle whatever you are dealing with a spirit that you didn't have before. You were just sitting there and getting frustrated about it. Like I said, this is not something that may help everyone, but it's something that's been helping me once in a while. So hopefully some of these things you can apply to your days you're having a hard time. And guys, this is where we come to the shameless merch plug, because here you can find my cool looking t-shirt stores. You can buy all sorts of pixel designs here on the store, and feel free to take a look at it if it's something you would be interested in. I also have a asset store that you can find down in the description, where you can find my color palette, bases and other sorts of things. So check that out if it's something you would be interested in as well. That's where the video comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw, make sure to give the video a like. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. You can also help me help you by supporting on Patreon, and with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!